What is up, people? Yet another fun afternoon that I'm spending today, and you're going to be joining me on this vlog. So today, as you can see, I'm sitting in a new car. The guys at MG have sent me their new MG Astor to test drive only for the day, guys. Thank you to the team at MG. And I'm sitting, you know him very well, I'm sitting with Tushar. We are spending the afternoon together, and I had to do this vlog with him because this car is all about the tech, and who better than the tech guru in my life, Tushar Burman. I'm going to leave his credentials down so you can follow him on Instagram because he's got amazing tech content. So we're going to be spending the afternoon together, probably go in for some lunch, some sushi lunch. You wanted to do Izumi, we can go to Izumi for sushi lunch, and then just drive around Mumbai testing this car and checking out
all the technology
that's in the new MG Astor. Okay, first impressions as we just get into the car. Very nice. My first impression was this nice black and red scheme going on. Very nice little leathery kind of vibe going on. Nice steering wheel. Okay, what do you think of this screen? It's pretty cool, no? I really love this whole kind of layout. It's very nice. And
the previous car, the MG Hector, had it in the portrait orientation, the long rather than wide screen.
Yeah.
But I think this is probably more elegant and more practical.
Oh, and if you guys notice, there's someone looking at us right here, and that of course the MG Astor's fit in with the AI because it's the signature feature of this car, the AI, and that is MG Hector's AI little assistant.
We will test that a little bit later.
I think you should start by greeting the AI. Yeah.
Hello, Astor.
I am listening.
So then waves at you and and turns its head.
Hello. Remember that we have to suck our stomachs in.
Oh yes, of course.
Sit nicely. Are we taking the ceiling back to Bandra, or shall we?
So you'll get a better sense of what the car feels like in the city if you take the long route.
Tell fast, I have to choose.
Take right. You get a better sense of what the car is like in the city, especially the suspension, which I think is quite nice for the city in the car.
Okay, so we've spent an hour or two driving around in this car, Tushar. Give me your initial impressions of like the cabin and sitting inside in the passenger. Rare occasions that you're in the passenger seat, because usually he's always the one driving the fancy cars.
It is usually the case, yes. So I drove this car at the Buddha International Circuit, as you know. I think it was last month. And of course the cabin and everything remains the same. The experience largely internally remains the same. It's really comfortable. I really like this. What do you call it? Wine? Would you call it burgundy? What would you call this color?
Red.
Okay.
Black and red.
Black and red.
I'm a basic bitch.
A basic bitch. So the black and red interior.
Okay, that car is a really, I won't mention names, but that's a really ugly car.
But it's incredibly comfortable and it's very impressive.
It may be impressive, but it's very ugly.
Yes.
Okay.
When you pick up people in that car, they're suitably impressed.
Guys, leave me in the comments and tell me which car you think I'm talking about.
So the black and red interior is very pleasing to me. I think it is a touch of class. And this is not black and red cutting corners. There's actual leather or leatherette on the dashboard. Even the black part is actual leatherette. Don't go to Siddhivinayak.
I'm not going towards South Bombay.
Yeah, please don't. So I'm happy with the interior. I also think that the whole tech stack is less fussy than it normally is. You know,
but we need to show you the tech stack, guys. We are going to show that to you once we get to Bandra. We'll just park it for 5 minutes somewhere and we'll make Tushar talk to. Hello, Hector.
Hi.
Oh, why did I just called her hello Hector? This is not even the Hector, this is the MG Astor. Hello Astor.
I'm here.
What is the temperature?
The weather on November the 9th in 2021 for Prabhadavi is from 25 to 34.4 degrees Celsius, intermittent clouds at daytime and intermittent clouds at night. What else can I help you with? I'm here.
Open the sunroof.
So that full thing is only open.
Okay. Now you manually close it. How do you want? You're asking the Astor system to play music. You would assume that it
There
would
is
play.
no available source. Connect to USB device and try again.
You would assume that it would play from here, no? But
Ah.
this is on Apple CarPlay. It's a completely different system. So there's no connection.
Hey Siri, play. Ask Siri to play some.
Yeah, so you'll have to.
Hey Siri, play.
Okay,
Bam.
here's Very Nearly Nashville on Spotify.
That's yours.
Siri is on another trip
That's
altogether.
yours, Siri, not mine.
I didn't even say Nashville. Okay, so one more comment. Suspension of this car is on point.
At least for the city, it is on point. It's very
Because we've been going through some really, some rough patches, some really strange roads with like bumps and all those, like these main roads. What do you think?
I would agree. So there are one.
Driver display entirely digital.
Yeah.
Very nice graphics and all, huh?
Yeah.
Very nice graphics.
Yeah. And it shows you when you have the lane keep assist and
Lane
stuff
keep
on.
assist.
It shows you the markings and things like that.
Speed limiter, indicator, like all mandate. More functions of the MG Astor with the tech guru with his fancy camera in hand.
For you.
Okay, Astor, thank you very much.
Extra
Yeah, extra service. Okay, guys, let's have a look at this. This is pretty cool, no? What do you think? MG Pilot. Let's change some of it to show you some of the different indicators that are here. Okay, so you've got some of the parameters here. Let's look at this. This I found really interesting when I was driving earlier because it shows you like your proximity to the car in front with these different colored lines. Anything else? Initial impressions of the front of the car?
So overall, I think it looks very premium inside and outside, and I think it's priced really well for what it is. But of course, the party tricks are the technology, and I'm not talking about the actual assistant. The party trick is the fact that this could theoretically be an autonomous car. It's not supposed to be, but it can actually drive itself, and we'll show you later.
Okay. So Tushar promises that this car is going to drive itself, but I'm finding that a bit scary and dodgy. But okay, let's go driving around.
Yeah, and as your day comes to an end with the MG Astor, do you feel like you want more time with it?
You know what? Honestly, with these test cars, I could really like. My God, look at the sunset! How beautiful! Honestly, if you ask me, with these test cars, no amount of time is enough for me because I could literally spend days and days just shooting and doing like content and everything. But I think for morning, I've just been driving this around, and sadly, I have to send this car back in a couple of hours. Yeah, I don't think it's enough. I really need to drive this car more. What do you think? How do you think this car would fare on like a Bombay-Pune, like expressway? Do you think it would like? Could I let her fly on the expressway?
I think on the expressway would be the ideal place for testing the lane keep assist and the autonomous driving facilities, because you've got nice lane markings, you've got very clean roads,
and a very strict lane indicator. Let me tell you, keeps like rapping me on the knuckles every time I deviate from the lane.
Exactly, and I think it would be a very comfortable ride from Bombay to Pune. It would probably drive itself most of the way.
Oh, we are outside Shah Rukh Khan's house. Yeah, outside Shah Rukh Khan's house. My God, look at all the rush outside. Mannat. Okay guys, back to regular programming. I must remind Tushar that this is actually a vlog and we are supposed to talk about the car and not show too much about passing by Mannat.
Yeah. So my question to you almost always when we're in cars like this is, since
Don't
you're...
ask me some complex questions.
No, a very simple question. My simple question is, you're exposed to a lot more luxury items than I am. Perhaps even to some degree luxury cars. So in terms of the luxurious quotient of the MG Astor, how would you say it fares?
Okay, definitely I would say, like, I've seen some cars which are much more expensive than this, which don't have the same kind of finesse in terms of materials and interior. So I have to say that MG really scores high in terms of the overall cabin feel. Obviously this is not the entry level cabin. I don't think this is the entry level cabin at all, but I mean in general, in terms of design, aesthetics, lines and even materials and the overall feel, I think it definitely looks premium. Definitely a lot of bang for your buck in a car that's starting at about just under 10 lakh segment. But yeah, I would definitely put this in a very premium kind of cabin in its segment. I like what I see, I like what I feel, I like the overall features, so definitely this is getting a big thumbs up from me. What else can I say?
Does it appeal to you overall aesthetically? Is it a classy car?
I
Is
think
it something?
it's a very classy car. I think it's got some nice, it's a very good looking car. I'm just going to stop on the side of the road. I think it's a very good looking car. And I also feel that I really like the overall, like, I mean the seats with this nice kind of leather vibe, the cabin with this two-tone and this sweet little AI thing staring at me all the time. You know, as you can see, the overall design and these, I mean these nice little, this nice round vent here gives this nice, like a very chic vibe, if I may say. And yeah, that's pretty much. And of course I love any car with a sunroof.
So it meets your approval?
I think it meets my approval. There's enough storage space here. There is 2 coffee holders. I think there's a wireless charger here. 1, 2 and 2 charging points, which is good enough. I would have liked a USB Type-C charging point. I think going forward cars need to do that. Almost all the essential controls are on the steering wheel. So, and of course in terms of the tech aspects, I mentioned this before, I love the overall, the UI, the design and the aesthetics of the UI. And that's my verdict for you.